Let's take a look at the box office numbers for this past weekend. As Venom, The Last Dance came in first at the box office with a very moderate $51 million dollars in the United States. And I say moderate, not because of anything like bias or anything. It's just that it's not flopping like so many publications are making this out to be. Yes, 51 million is well below the estimates and the projections that was laid out for the film, but it's not a terrible number by any stretch. This movie cost 120 million to make. Worldwide, it made 175 million in its first weekend. So I'll get to the international numbers, but first of all, it made 51 million dollars domestically. You had other films like Smile 2 that came in second with $9.4 million for a total of $40.7 million. You have Conclave that came in third with 6.5 million. You have Wild Robot that made another 6.5 million for a total of 111 million. You have We Live in Time that made 4.8 million for a total of 11.8 million. You have Terrifier 3 that made 4.8 million for a total of 44 million dollars literally. You have Beetlejuice that made 3.2 million for a total of 288 million dollars. You have Transformers One that's still making money around $720,000 for a total of $57.9 million. Then finally you have Piece by Piece made 720,000 for a total of 8.9 million. But let's talk about Venom, because there is a lot of people already saying that it's a flop, it's a huge flop because it's it's not making enough money in the United States, but this is wrong. This is a wrong assertion, very wrong. Okay, it's made less money than so many other projects. So many other projects, comparable projects, but it's still managing a lot overseas. If we look at its US box office on its own, it's really failing at this point because 51 million in 3 days means that it's slightly better than the Marvels at 46.1. That's what the Marvels earned in its first weekend. The Flash, the flop that which is the Flash, made $55 million in its first weekend. Uh, and I agree, it's almost half of Venom. Let There Be Carnage's $90 million in its first weekend. And even the first Venom that made 80.3 million in its first weekend. It's not doing that well in the United States, but let's look at what it's doing overseas because this is very important. It made $124 million overseas. $124 million overseas is a huge number. Make no mistake about it. That's a very big number for Venom. What it means is that it debuts to $175 million. There's even a chance it will be a lot higher when they check everything and give the actual numbers by the end of today. It's not it's not a flop by any stretch because with $120 million production budget, it only needs around $300 million to break even. It's easily smashing $300 million by next weekend. It's going to get to $500 million worldwide when it's all said and done. And remember, the second film, Let There Be Carnage, made over $500 million. So that movie was still a success, which helped greenlight the third and this final movie in the franchise. So if this film finally gets over $500 million, it's a massive success. And in fact, the way it's even opened signified that there's even a chance it could get closer to 600 million than just being at 500 million worldwide. It's still a big, big number. It's a very big number nonetheless. It's a huge success for the franchise, and it's a good number for the finale. I understand that US helps the studio make more money than overseas. But remember that the overseas markets help to drive the popularity of any franchise. It's the overseas markets that you always want to target more than always your domestic market. Yes, your domestic market is critical, They need to make you money as much as possible. But if people overseas don't know about your franchise, you can be as good as you can or in your domestic market, but you will never have any popularity for the overseas market. That's just the point. Whenever you put it out overseas, it will never garner that kind of love. That other bigger projects, or not just even other bigger project, but even some projects that people love. For instance, overseas will always gather and watch. For instance, previously Transformers. Transformers used to make tons of money overseas, not because it had any quality or any amazing quality behind it. Its production, it was fantastic in terms of CGI, special effects, and all that. And people were so much in love with it, and they go watch it overseas, and it made shit tons of money, made over $1 billion most of the time, and helped the studio grow an insane amount of fan base. Now I know Transformers is a failure. Now all the bad projects they made over the years have caused a downward spiral for fans in general. Fans just don't want to give it more of a chance like before, but it's still a huge success nonetheless. Still a huge success nonetheless for the studio. They've made a lot of money on this project in the past, and this is the same thing with Venom. Venom, this is the third one, and I'm happy that they've been ending it in this third one, simply because they don't even have to, be scared that, oh, can we trust a fourth film to make money and get back whatever we're going to throw into it? There's no commitment again. If you've watched this Venom 3, it ends literally like it is ended in this particular universe. There is nothing to revive or bring back. The story saga ends in this third one. It's just over. That's how they've ended it, and except they have to recast to get a new Venom, but it's what it is. It's what it is. But it's fine. I'm really really happy that it made a lot of money overseas. Maybe towards at least towards the weekend, I'll still make another video covering what it's doing around the entire week. Is it making enough money to justify production costs and all that? How much is it going to earn this coming weekend, which is the second weekend? Is it going to get to $500 million worldwide when it's all said and done? Is it going to make a lot of profit for Sony Pictures? Only time will tell. I'll be in touch and always update you guys with whatever pops out. Share your thoughts down below, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like our content. I'll see you guys very much next time.